Today I am going to teach you how to play You've Got a Friend with Me. We've Got a Friend in Me, sorry. From Toy Story on guitar. Very nice song, very simple too. It's got a really nice rhythm to it because there's lots of percussive slaps in the song, and yeah, let's get to learning it. So it's got quite a few chords in it, which I'm going to show you as we go along. So we start with the C chord. So you play the strings individually, starting with fifth, then fourth, then third. Then you do on the second string you do a hammer on to second. Hammer on to first on the second string with the C chord shape, and then from there you move to this chord. So it's second. It's you put second fret on fifth string and third fret on second string. You play them together. Then you play open on first. Then you do a percussive slap. So you have to transition really quickly from the first C to that chord so that you have the good rhythm, the rhythm that comes with the song. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, you should put your capo on the second fret if you want to play it in the way they play it in the movie. Then you move on to the A minor chord. So you play fifth and second together, fifth and second string together. Then you move to the third string. Then you do a percussive slap. So fifth and second, then third, then slap. Right. Then you move on to this chord here. So fourth fret on sixth and fourth fret on second string together. Then you move to third fret on the same strings. So you just move one fret up. To add more rhythm in it, you could add percussive slap in between the fret changes. Then you move on to the C chord. So this C chord you play fifth string and second string together. Then you play third string. Then you do a percussive slap. So it goes. Then you move on to this chord. So it's third fret on fifth string and fourth fret on fourth string. Then you move on to, so you just switch the fingers up. You just switch the fingers. So it's now fourth on fifth and third on fourth. And like we did before, you can add percussive slaps in between the chord changes just to add more rhythm to it. Then you move one fret up. So this time you're going to play the strings individually. Then you're going to do a hammer on the lower string. Then you move one fret up again. So it becomes, so it's, then you switch up. Then third on fifth, then hammer on to second on fourth. Then second on fifth, hammer on to first on fourth. And there you have it. So that's the intro to the song. And now we're gonna go to the verse, the chords for the verse. So we start with the C chord. So you play fifth first, then you play second and third together. Then you do the percussive slap. Then we move on to this chord here, which is kind of G shape. Can't remember what it's called, but then you have you have first on fourth, you have second on fifth, then you have third on sixth. So you play your sixth as your bass chord, and then second and third together, like we did for the C chord. Right, so it's... Then we move on back to the C chord. Do the same thing we did before, except this time we add the pinky finger to the third fret on the third string. Then we play second and third together. Then we play fifth. Then we go back to second and third together. Then we do the percussive style. So, okay, let's go again. Like that, to create that, rhythm. So from the start it was like... Then we move to the F chord. So for our F chord, we add the thumb finger to the first fret on 6th string. So you should do a sort of quick down strum on both the 6th and 5th together to create that rhythm. Then we go to 2nd and 3rd as before. Right. Then 2nd and 3rd. Then we do the 2nd and 3rd together, bass string, then 2nd and 3rd, then tap, like we did for the C chord. Except this time our bass string is the 6th string. So 2nd and 3rd together, 6th string, 2nd and 3rd together, then tap. So our F chord is... Right. Then you go back to the C chord and we did as we did prior to the F chord. Right. Then now we have an actual chord progression that you can use. So we're going to be using the chords F, then C, then the C chord, and then we move... I don't know what this chord is called, but then you move your middle finger from the 2nd fret of the 4th string to the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Then after that, you move it back to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So those are the 4 chords that we're going to be using for the next 3 bars of the song. So the strum pattern, the picking pattern is... so we start with the F chord, bass chord, then 2nd and 3rd together, then tap, then we go to C, then we go to this chord. You move 1 fret up from 4th to 5th, then you move back down. So you use that chord progression, you play it 3 times, and then after that we move on to the D7 chord. D7 or D minor, I'm not sure which one is which, but you have your first finger on 1st fret of 1st string, then you have your middle finger on 2nd fret of 3rd string, then you have your 3rd finger on 3rd fret of 2nd string. And then this time the picking pattern is the same, except this time our bass string would be the 4th string, and instead of playing 2nd and 3rd together, we're going to play 1st and 2nd together. And then we move on to the G chord, same picking pattern as before, bass chord, sorry, it's... for the G, we actually start with 2nd and 3rd together, then we move on to the bass string, which is the 6th string, Then we move on to the second and third, and then we do the percussive slap. So from D, then we move on to C as before. Then we move back to D again. And then this time we go back to C, but instead of doing this, sorry, we go back to the intro of the song. So it goes to, and then you go back to the whole chord progression again. So I'm just gonna play the pre-chorus one more time so that you can see how it all combines together to form good music. And there you have it. That's how you play You've Got a Friend in Me on guitar. I'm just gonna play the whole song slowly so that you can play along if you want to. Then so that you can see how it all comes together, like I did in the beginning, but more slowly this time. So there you have it. That's how you play You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story on guitar. I hope you enjoyed my video tutorial, and if you did, subscribe to my channel, like my video, and drop a comment below, and see you next time.